Here's the truth about my life. Like, I know I don't get views on these videos, man, but that's not the point. I mean, the point, yeah, it is to get views, and I hope that I can influence somebody's life out there. And if you're watching this, well, you see the by the title of the video that, yeah, my life is hard. I lost my brother and a best friend that I considered a sister, and I lost my brother in an accident, and I lost my sister, which is my best friend, sister from another mother, like we call it on the streets, to cancer, stage 4 cancer. And, at the end of the day, I don't like being vulnerable about this. I don't like telling anyone, like people that know me don't know me, you know. And the reason why I like to be like that is just because I know that me talking about it, me telling somebody is only going to derive pity out of them and sympathy. And that's not what I need in my life because, like I was talking to myself in the shower right now because, that's where I like to really get close to God and speak to him. It just feels more personal. I'm relaxed. My brain isn't focused on any real world activity. So that's when I get to really dial in and hear his voice clearly. And, he told me, he's like, just make this video, might inspire 5 people, 3 people, whatever. More people than that know me. That's already an impressive number. So the fact that God made my life this hard, because it's hard. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's extraordinarily difficult having to bury your brother at a young age. I was 19 when he passed away to a tragic accident that, you know, was so bad that we had to have the casket closed because that's how dismembered he was left. And my best friend that I had to bury last year on June 2nd, 2024, and she was only 25 and my brother was only 21. So it's not like they got to live a life. Like they didn't. My friend, she had to deal with cancer for 4 years of her life. Like what kind of life can you live having to deal with a sickness that robs you of everything? Everything. It strips you away and doesn't let you do anything besides, you know, survive. So yeah, stage 4 cancer, being like a bystander in that, it's like, I wish I could take some pain away from her, you know, and it's like it sucked because her life outside of cancer was extraordinarily hard. Like it was hard dealing with the disease, but then having to deal with everything that life throws at you, regardless of what you're going through. Like, like me personally, like even after going through all this turmoil and tragedy and suffering and all this, like it doesn't matter. Like there's still way more to come. Like no matter where you're at in life, don't ever think that life isn't gonna throw a curveball at you and try to break you. I mean, all the time life tries to break me. Still to this day, like my life is extraordinarily difficult. Like it's super hard. Like I cannot picture my life being any harder than it is now. Besides, like if I was thrown on the street and I had to worry about food and putting a roof over my head, like that's something that would make my life extraordinarily difficult. Or having to bury all of my brothers, remaining brothers, and my family. But those are like extreme examples, and I don't even want to picture that because I already had to deal with one tragic death in my family and another tragic death outside of my family, but I got really close with. And those two were extraordinarily difficult, and even like that shirt that you see right here, this shirt is my baby cousin that passed away 6 months after my brother passed away. And, it's super sad to see my other side of my family that I'm really close with have to go through a tragedy like that. And, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I had to live with it. My family had to live with it. We had to cope with it and push through it and try to survive through all of that. And, like even thinking about it now, it's just insane to think about everything we've had to live through, everything I had to live through, from being called a disappointing piece of shit to having to bury my brother to burying my best friend and having to deal with so much tragedy and turmoil and sadness and depression and so many things. Like, man, it's insane. Like thinking about it all, that everything that I've had to go through and live through got me to this point in my life. Like, yeah, I love who I am. I love how strong I am. I love everything about me. Like everything, to how I present myself, to how I speak, to how I make people laugh, and to how I joke, and to how I am in general, and how I carry myself and everything. But the price that I had to pay is just not worth it to me. It's not like, I wish I can have my brother back. There's not a moment in time where life doesn't pass by me that I don't think of my brother or my best friend. Like every second, it's every thought, like every thought that I have. Like I could be chilling and, making a video like this, and let's say I'm talking about a different topic. It's running through my mind 24/7. They're dead, and there's nothing I can do to bring them back, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what, and who they be and how they be now. Like there's not a second thought that passes by me that isn't in there in my head. Like my emotions are very stable, but the only reason why they're so stable is because nothing affects me. Like nothing is the end of the world to me. Late payment, who cares? Not having money in the bank account, who cares? Having a piece of shit car that is embarrassing to drive, who cares? Like like these things, like yeah, they have like some sort of stress in my life, but compared to having a, you know, bury your brother and your best friend at 20, by the time you're 22, who cares about all those things? That's the thing. Like you would think I would be like a stuck up person, or asshole or dickhead to people, but in reality, I'm not. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way to present myself to you or talk to you, or like I will sometimes, very rarely. Like I look like a dickhead, I look mean from a distance, but if you talk to me, I'm gonna be very nice, very respectful. I have my morals, and I understand that everybody is going through their own battles, regardless of my battles that I had to live through. And I want people in general to understand that I'm not mean. I'm not a complete asshole, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be over here like being like sympathetic towards you, because that's not what I need. Like I know I don't need sympathy. I know I don't need pity. Like at the end of the day, what I need is just sometimes for someone to listen, and someone to relate to me. Like if I tell them like, yeah, I lost my brother, right? I need someone to say like, yeah, I lost my mom. And it's hard living with that emptiness in the home. It's hard not hearing their laugh anymore. It's hard not hearing their stories they had to tell, or the jokes they came up with. It's hard having to live through life without them. Like that's what I need. I don't need someone to come in pity me, and that's what I try to be. Like whenever someone expresses themselves to me, I try to relate to them in any way I can. Like, oh, I have this exam coming up. Oh man, you're stressed out. Freaking studying late at night, huh? They're like, yes, it's so hard. And that's how I try to be. No, I don't. They'd be like, oh man, that sucks. I remember when I had to take exams, or hell yeah, I'm studying for an exam right now. It's so annoying. Like I don't try to be that way. I just try to be like, yeah, study hard, and it'll be worth it. You'll pass, and I know how difficult it is and all this, whatever. But for the most part, like I've always thought about making a video like this, but I'm like, what's the point? Like, who's gonna watch this? But today for some reason I bit the bullet, and I'm finally like, okay, whatever. I Who's gonna hear it? Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna look back at this within a year from now, or year and a half, and think to myself, man, it's still the same shit. Like a year from now, I'm gonna be laughing at myself, like, oh yeah, it's still the same thing. Like it's not gonna change. Like it's not gonna get any better. It's not. I can already picture it. That's the thing. Like my life, like yeah, okay. Like if I had money, if I had like the ability to make money and take care of myself and move out or whatever, yeah, that would be great, right? Like that would be amazing too. Like that improve my life without a doubt. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and say like that's not important to me anymore because it is. Career, everything. That's why I'm in school. That's why I'm making this video even, and that's why I go to the gym every day because I still care about improving my life. Like I still care about having a successful life. Like it's not like I gave up or anything, but it's just no matter how drastically better my life becomes, like no matter how much it scales up to like the moon, regardless, it's never gonna be 100% ever, ever, ever. Because I lost my brother and my best friend. Like those two tragedies have left me scarred for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life, I could be 60 and still think about them and still be sad about it. And I'll probably be 60 still thinking about them every single day, like every day. Maybe not as often throughout the day, but most likely every day. And once I have my kids and I have my maybe my wife, whatever, then yeah, I'll probably be happy, maybe, But look how I speak, like I have no hope for like a perfect future. Like I have no dream or like aspiration where my life will be perfect. Like I don't think anybody does, but like at the same time, people have an idea of like, okay, like if I do this, my life would be potentially better. Like me, if I do this, my life will be better, but it won't be substantial without that person there to be with me to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Like that's the reality of it all. Like no life is going to be worth living without either of them. And that's the truth. I'm super strong. Like, like mentally, my mental fortitude is insanely high. I can handle anything, anything that life throws at me. Yeah, there'll be times when I'm stressed out and I'm tired and I'm out of it, but I'll push through it and I'll survive. Like how I did with death of my brother and my best friend. Like, the, this is on my phone, and you know, I have a picture. What are those pictures called that you print out of him? And I look at it every day. This is him right here. And my best friend. I don't have her anywhere, but you know, she's always in my mind, always in my heart. Her family, I keep close contact with them all the time. And oh, dude, it's just insane to think about. Like, it's just insane to me to think about. It took me 4 years to want to really truly get my shit together. Like, I've always wanted to get my shit together, but from 19 to 23, which is now, as I made the previous video, like, what do I regret as a 23-year-old? Because some part of me does regret not being stronger and pushing through my career or opportunities, but it's just, one tragedy after another kind of makes you hopeless. Like I was hopeless for the longest. I would always tell myself, my brother never got a chance to live, so what's the point of me having a chance to live? Like there's no point in me trying to pursue a bigger and greater goal. There's no point of that whatsoever. And there's no point in me trying to get my life together if my best friend tried so hard to survive cancer and did everything that she had to do: surgeries, chemotherapies, radiation, everything that she did, all the procedures that she went through, and still ended up dying. You know, it's, it's very debilitating. It's very depressing. Like, there's this guy that I watched from Australia that had to bury his three kids and his nephew, and me, it's just like, how do you even find the reason to live anymore after that? Like, you don't. Like, if you're strong enough, like, you'll find a reason, but the reason will never be good enough. And that's the truth. To me, there will never be a reason good enough to live to enjoy life again. Like there won't be. Like I've accepted that. Like you might be watching this and want to give me advice, like, oh no, like this and that and that and this. Like nothing can fix that. Like nothing can fix those two tragedies. Like I guess I can warp the way I view it, but it won't change the fact that, I will never see them again. And another thing, like I've been listening to like Jesus Christ and all the advice that he gives and everything, and to me it's just hard to follow because of the simple fact that, you know, that like even then, like let's say I'm saved by God or by Jesus Christ or whatever, that won't bring my brother and my sister back ever. And that's the thing. Like I can't cry how I used to. I did for a very long time. I break down if I'm drunk. Oh man, the way I know I'm drunk is I'm crying. Like straight up, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fucking. My heart just like my heart literally feels like it's doing this, like just like this coming out of my chest. So it's very hard to stuff that down. But when I'm sober, it's very easy to pretend like everything's okay. I guess it's the mask or the facade I put on because I know everything's not okay and nothing will ever be. But it's just the fact that I have to kind of put on the facade to tackle life. It's like how my mom has to, my dad or my brothers have to. Because life doesn't stop. Just because one life did in your families doesn't mean your life does, And honestly, to be truthful and transparent, I mean, my brother wouldn't want me to stop living my life. And if I met the same fate, I wouldn't want him to stop living his life. Because that's how family is. Family at the end of the day wants you to succeed. And not always. My family's really rough around the edges, but you know, it's just the hope I guess I give myself. I know my brother. I knew my brother really well, and I knew my best friend really well. And I know both of them saw a lot of potential, what I was capable of, and I see it too. And I am going to live up to that potential for both of them. And regardless of how sad it makes me that they're not going to be able to be here to experience that within the flesh, I'm gonna do it regardless. And I hope they can look down on me and guide me through the waves, help me push through battles that I've yet to come into contact with, and be there with me every step of the way. Victory, I'll be probably happy then. Who knows? But yeah, life is tragic and my life is hard. And I love who I am, but regardless if God said that He gives the strongest battles to His strongest warriors, it's a very huge price to pay to be this strong.